CALMAC has signed a 5-year new deal, and in my personal opinion, I feel like this is the least significant new deal that has been signed at Celtic recently. Of course, we have seen Kyogo first, then we saw Dyson Maida get signed to a new deal. But in my personal opinion, I feel like with Callum McGregor, he was never going to leave. I feel like with those two, Maida and Kyogo, there was always a risk that we're going to leave. I feel like even if a Saudi club came in for McGregor, I don't even think he'd go. I mean, maybe you could argue he will, but I just feel like with Callum McGregor, the only way it's going to force him out of the Celtic team is when he eventually becomes not good enough. We kind of seen that with Scott Brown. As soon as Scott Brown got dropped at the starting 11, he moved to Aberdeen. Of course, he only lasted about 6 months at Aberdeen. I'm not saying Callum McGregor's going to go to Aberdeen, but at the same time, it's a weird one because he signed a 5-year deal. He is 30. It will take him up to his mid 30s. What will Callum McGregor be like then? A lot of his game is pressing. Yeah, he can dictate games, but I'll be interested to see what Nick, the Celtic midfield, will be in 5 years. Because at the end of the day, if you're looking to progress as a team, should a 35-year-old really be in the midfield? Unless it's like Luka Modric or something like that. Somebody you can understand. I mean, I look at Rangers recently. Anytime Stephen Davis came into the team, I know Davis is a wee bit older than 35, but you could just see he was too old, man, and that it was a mistake putting him in some games. Seeing him in the Champions League, it was a disaster. But anyway, let's dive into the article, and it says here, Celtic are delighted to announce that Cal McGregor has signed a new 5-year contract which will see him remain at the club until the summer of 2028. Celtic captain joined the club's youth academy as a 9-year-old and has now spent over 20 years with the club, winning 20 trophies to date and including 5 domestic trebles. More than any other player in football. I mean, that's a pretty outstanding thing there. He made his debut on July 15th, scoring the only goal against Rajakovic in a UEFA Champions League qualifier in Iceland. Cal McGregor's gone on to make 420 appearances for Celtic, including 62 goals for them. Ho ho! And since becoming captain at the beginning of the 2021-22 season, he has led them to 5 trophy successes, including last season's memorable treble, the 8th in Celtic's history, and a new world record. Now, as the team prepare for the 2023-24 campaign under Brendan Rodgers, Callum McGregor is delighted to have signed his new 5-year contract and is looking to more green and white success in the seasons ahead. The Celtic captain said, "It's amazing to extend my stay at the club. As I've touched on before, this club means so much to me, and the success that we've had over the past few seasons has cemented that. I feel like the club's in a great place to move forward as well. When they came and asked me to extend my stay, I was absolutely delighted. Brendan's a top manager, and I had the pleasure of working with him before and seeing what he did with a group of players, especially a young, hungry group similar to ourselves, and the way he progressed us and took us on. His personality around the place gives the building a lift as well. So the club's in a really strong place. We did some great work over the last couple of years, but it's important that we bank that and we continue to move forward, because in football you always have to continue your progress and get even better." There is a wee bit more that I could read, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to read any more. He is at what, 420 appearances? He could very easily get the. I mean, what could Cal McGregor realistically get to? 650? Maybe more. It depends how long he stays, if we're being real, and how injury free he is. But anyway, guys, that's us done for this video. 5-year deal, Celtic fans. Leave your thoughts down below. But until then, peace.